What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are back in the garage. Pretty much, let me give you a recap. The last few days, the reason why I haven't even showed you anything whatsoever is, number one, it snowed. It snowed real good for like 2 days straight. We're under a winter storm advisory, so none of my parts got here. So I literally just received a bunch of things today. Today is Thursday. The last video I put out was Monday, I believe, or Sunday. So I had nothing to do because I didn't have the rest of my stuff. I'm still waiting on a few parts, a few couplers, my fuel pressure regulator, and a couple of fittings for my oil feed still. But today, I'm gonna do as much as possible. So, let me give you a little rundown of what I got here. Look at all this crap. Actually, it's not really crap. We're doing an AN8 feed line from this guy all the way to my injectors. I got my FIC 100-pound injectors, LS2 specific, so I didn't have to do any kind of weirdness with that. We got some stuff for battery relocation, so that's what I'll be doing a lot today. We got dash 10 oil drain hose, dash 10 feed fittings. Where's my dash 10 or dash 4 feed? I still don't have the dash 4 line. I got my 100 micron fuel filter. I got my AN8 E85 fuel line. I got my fuel pumps over here, so I'm running dual 450s. We weren't playing with this fuel system. So it's gonna be a dash 8 feed and a dash 6 return, pretty much stock return fuel line. And I got my Dave Chappelle hat on, just in case anybody was wondering. But let me show you guys this. Lots and lots of stuff. Here we got my 450. We're doing dual 450s. We're going fully 85 on this setup. What else do I got? Let me show you the fuel rails. So the fuel rails are a true dash 8 ORB LS2 style fuel rail. So we should flow plenty of fuel. The fuel system should be more than enough for 1,000. I'm not going for 1,000, but it will be capable. So here are my fuel rails. You guys can see that. Comes with all the hardware, but yeah, I got a ton of stuff to install. I went over to my buddy David's house last night. He has an 800 horsepower 5.3 turbo truck, and he kind of gave me some help with everything I need to run. And yeah, so he made 800, I think is 838 and 838 torque on 17 pounds, 5.3 on an S475 turbo. Now I have a very similar turbo. It's a S400SX on a T6 flange. So I should be able to make very, very similar numbers. I'm not going for that much. I only want a 700 out of this car. I would like to not find the limits of the bottom end and be able to enjoy it just like I did the LSA. So that's why we made such upgrades for the fuel system and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm gonna slowly get going on working on this. There's a ton to be done. Fuel rail, fuel injectors, they could be installed and then they'll be mounted. Those will be out of the way. 2 pieces of the puzzle completely done.
What are you doing?
Right now we're gonna make a list because I started doing all this stuff and then I jumped in like 4 different tasks and none of it has gotten done. Bits and pieces have gotten done. So let me take you over what I've done so far.
Ooh, okay.
Right now I got my new injectors. So they are FIC 1000s and new fuel rail. I got my ORB fittings. Let's see, ORB fittings and this all AN8 line. I got part of my fuel line ran to the back. You guys can see this guy here. So it's pretty much gonna feed. The whole system's gonna get pressurized before it leaves. So pretty much I'm gonna feed both sides. This side will be my fuel pressure regulator. Ignore this guy. This guy's way in the way right now.
Yeah, I'm like, what the?
Fuel pressure regulator will be on this side. It'll get fed on this side. And then I'm gonna use my factory return, or my factory feed as a return. So this is a dash 6, everything else is a dash 8. And then you'll get, the whole system will get pressurized before you know, any kind of return line goes back to the tank. But right now, I keep getting like super sidetracked because I think of all the stuff I have to do, and then I start working on one then the other.
We don't want that because then you're gonna be missing some stuff.
Exactly, so that's why we're gonna make a list, because right now I can't focus. And honestly, it just comes from working a long day and then trying to work on the car afterwards. So the other thing I did today was, this looks nasty right now, but this is my battery cable. I'm relocating it to the trunk. So I kind of have it ran. I have an idea of where I want it. Let me show you. So these are the terminals I'm going to be using. So pretty much
on the light. Let's take a look.
You could, here.
Oh, there we go.
So these are the terminals I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be making a bracket probably somewhere in here. So it'll sit like this, and then this will be my negative or whatever, or this will be the positive. Run it to the back. Everything will get tied off here nice and clean, but right now it's dirty. So I got a piece of cardboard, and that's what we're gonna do with the cardboard. I also got a bunch of parts to get, so we're gonna go to dos, and then I'm just gonna go down the list. Oh, well, some of these actually stopped being done because I'm missing parts. I'm still waiting on the fuel pressure regulator. So that's why I completely stopped doing that. And now I realize why I stopped doing that. Come over here, come over here. Okay, so these are my electric fans. I gotta tie these in together. So if you look at this one here, this is my old radiator setup.
Oh, that looks rusty.
It's old, I mean, you know, it's from 2005, but pretty much I got to take these wires here and connectors and then connect them into these guys so it'll run off the same relay. So it'll be pretty much identical.
Those look fancy.
Yeah, they'll work pretty good. They work pretty good on the Beamer, so I went with the same ones. I'm pretty much waiting on a bunch of stuff. This weather killed me.
Yeah, it put us behind on a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
actually.
both me and the wife had 2 days off, which was cool for spending time and everything, but for actually getting any kind of work done, it wasn't great. And it was cold. It was hella cold. It was like 2 degrees in here, and then I wasn't trying to spend $45 on propane, so that was whack. Come with me over here.
Okay, MTV garages over here.
Yeah, this is a mess. Unfortunately, I'm gonna organize it as we speak. It's probably dark in the video.
No, it's pretty good.
Here is my fuel filter.
It's red.
So yeah, this is dash 8. So literally from the tank, everything's dash 8 and then dash 6 return. I know I said that already.
This new? Is that new?
No, this is old. They're just nice and clean. You know, I try to keep everything clean. So far I'm filling. Here's my bulkhead. My buddy David hooked this up. This is gonna go on the top of the bucket, or yeah, the fuel pump pretty much, where you install it into the tank. And it'll pretty much sit like this. We got a Teflon washer. So here's my pump. One will go like this.
Okay, that looks nothing like I would imagine a pump to look like.
This is a fuel pump.
I know, because you got mine for my car, and I'm like, what the, that's not a pump.
So they'll be tied together like this. I'll have a Y here to one to this bulkhead coming out of the fuel tank, and then my dash 8 will go all the way to the front, straight into my filter. So it'll come out of the bulkhead, dash 8 line, filter, and then the rest of the feed line all the way to the engine.
Okay, stupid amateur question.
What's up?
Are you gonna need more gas?
This will essentially take more gas to make more power.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
A lot more gas.
Alright, so I wasn't wrong.
Now, I know a lot of people use the hop switch, but what I'm going to do is I am going to run these hot all the time. I don't want any chance of failure. In all honesty, if I could run just one, I would. But, for the power and the fuel demand that I need to run 2. And this will be golden if I ever want to up my power. So this will actually, my setup right now will support well into the thousands, probably about 1,300 horse for fuel. And then, yeah, I'm not looking for that much, but if I ever want it, it's there. Pretty much what the delay was all week long was the snow. A lot of this stuff was supposed to be here a couple days ago, and then I made the last of my purchases yesterday because, to be honest, I didn't want to buy anything else. It's been so much. Fuel system is completely upgraded. Honestly, it wouldn't have been possible if I didn't sell the supercharger.
Without me?
Yeah, that's true. That's
no, I'm
girl.
kidding.
It's true. You own everything I love. No, the supercharger allowed me to upgrade everything. I got so much hate on selling the supercharger. I got a lot of love and then a lot of hate.
Wait, what was the hate about?
Oh, I can't believe you sold your supercharger. You didn't even unlock the potential. But those are the guys with the big money, them big pockets. To be all honest, on the supercharger, I love the supercharger. But to upgrade it to where I wanted the car to be, it would have cost me just as much as what I spent for this turbo setup, and still would have fell short on the power. I think right now the max, or like the LSA record for the GTO is like 820, I believe. And right now, with my setup, I could easily make 820. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people hated on me for selling the supercharger, but then a lot of people were like super hype on it. My personal friends are more hype on it than anything else. I think it's cool too because literally I would go to the track and I would see a lot of the G8 guys, a lot of the Chevy SS guys, and then obviously the Camaros and a lot of Corvettes come with the LSA on it, or the ZR1 blowers or whatever. And you know, I was just another supercharger guy.
I'm different. Hey, hey.
So,
Does it like go in and then come out this way or what?
yeah. Where does it go in the car though? Let me see. Where does this go?
It has to do with the gas.
That's a good guess actually. It kind of does. Like oil catch cans are like oil separators almost. Yeah, it's all part of gas and oil, and it catches excess oil from going into the intake, blah, blah, blah. Thanks for writing all that, love.
Of course.
Alright, so we made a new list. I was terrible at it. Pretty much this is the to-do list. You know, my wife had to add her little flavor on here. You know.
That's Trey's handwriting, you guys. He's lying to you.
Yeah, right. Anyway, finish battery relocation. Make bracket 4 battery terminals. Go ahead and read them off.
You can't read my handwriting?
No.
Finish fuel lines, install fuel pumps, wire radiator fans, install turbo oil feed, make down pipe, install heater hoses, install radiator, install intercooler piping, install serpentine belts. I don't know what that says.
Oh, you can't even read your own writing?
I don't know. Oh, run vacuum lines, wastegate, BOV, PBC, brake booster, install IAT sensor, shorten hoses, install coil packs, zip tie any remainder lines.
So any of you guys who've ever done any kind of car stuff, this is actually a good way to keep track of everything. So far today I've kind of been scatterbrained like I said before, and I was just jumping all over the place. So we just made a list, we simplified a lot of stuff. Tomorrow we're going to go ahead and get everything cleaned up in here, and then I'm going to get to work. Hopefully most of this list will be done by the end of the day tomorrow. And then there's some pieces of the puzzle that are still not here yet because of the weather. And once those get in, those will get installed as well. So that is the deal. Let everybody know you love them.
I love you guys.
With that being said, we'll see you guys on the next video. Just a quick update for you guys. Thank you guys. Peace.